Hey everybody, DeLongshot Signatures here. This is episode 49 of my 2025 TTM returns, and we have 11 successes from the past few days to share. We're going to start off with a few from Saturday. I don't know how I did that. First one is a 1 of 2 success in 35 days from former NBA player Keith Van Horn. Not sure if he's a 1 per. He did return the other photo unsigned, but was able to add him to the collection. Then we have another curler here for the Olympics. 2 of 2 success in 37 days from John Landsteiner. Got a pretty good portion of Team USA's more successful members of the curling team, longtime members of the curling team. We have a IndyCar return. This guy did not compete in the Indy 500. He did attempt to qualify, but never qualified. So not able to add to that collection, but still former IndyCar driver. He signed 2 of 2 in 14 days. These are coming back from Bill Tempero. There's another collector on Instagram who's working on the old PPG paints IndyCar trading cards from the 80s or 90s. So a lot of the same names that I have gotten or, that I've gotten in the past or that I've met in person, I've seen them get, but there's a couple names that I haven't seen signed through the mail before. So been kind of hopping on their train of successes and adding to mine with that. So whoever is doing that, thank you for helping me find some names to write to. Then we have a former MLB pitcher. He signed 2 of 2 in 40 days. He's came back from Hank Fisher. Signed both of those nicely in blue. Then, what's this one? This one is a political return. The autographs did smear in transit. They weren't given enough time to dry, but it doesn't seem like they smear anymore to the touch, which, at least there's something. There's technically a third autograph in here. I don't know if it's his, if it's a relative or his wife or whoever who signed the letter. I'm just going to count it as 2 because I don't know who the other person is. In 35 days from Leon Panetta, who was the Secretary, I want to say Secretary of Defense, and a longtime U.S. representative. But I also got this note, and then it's signed by Sylvia Panetta, co-chair and CEO. So again, I don't know if that's his wife, sister, daughter, niece, cousin, whoever. But that is hand-signed. Then we have a bowling return here. He signed 2 of 2 in 14 days. David Ozio. So he signed that. And then here he is on the left getting inducted into a Hall of Fame. Not sure which Hall of Fame. The USBC Hall of Fame it looks like. Then another bowler who signed 1 of 1 in 8 days. Les Zykes. This is really the only picture that I can find of him is of his Kingpins card. And it is a very dark card, so he usually signs over the shirt there. Then we have a former college football quarterback. I have sent out quite a few college football requests. The season hasn't started yet, but people should be in school now and, training camps and all this and that for the upcoming college football season. So hopefully we'll start seeing those come back. This is a former quarterback. He signed 2 of 1 in 7 days. This is former Western Kentucky quarterback Jeff Cesaroni. He is one of the leading passers in WKU history, but you won't find his stats on Sports Reference because that was when they were in the Division 1 AA, I think, and they only kept track of Division 1A or FBS equivalent. But he signed that and then included a short note, which he signed as well. Not much of an autograph, but it does count towards the collection and towards my college football quarterbacks collection. This also adds to it, and also adds to my NFL quarterbacks collection. He signed 2 of 2 in 7 days. This came back from John Navarre, who had a short NFL career, but was pretty successful during his time at the University of Michigan. Then we have a website request, filled out a form. I think this is like the second or third time I've gotten this guy by doing this. There's a few other drivers with the same exact form, and I don't get those ones back, but I still try to fill them out just to see if anything will. But I don't have when I sent this out, so I don't know how many days it took. But I sent sometime during this season and got a signed hero card from Jesse Love, who was in the Xfinity series. They did include some little Jesse Love decals. And then the note is not signed, just a printed one, but it was just a nice little letter to include with that. The last 2 successes are from today. First one is a bowling return. He signed 1 of 1 in 13 days. This one comes back from Hugh Miller, who had, I think, 7 wins on the PBA Tour. Does stink. A lot of times they don't really give the photo a chance to dry and put it back in. That or it's the humidity, as it's in transit, and then some of it stuck to the envelope. So that stinks, but still, it's signed. And the last one we have here is from a former NFL, technically end, but wide receiver in modern day context, who signed 1 of 1 in 8 days, Carl Noonan, who inscribed 17-0 perfect season 1972. He was an All-Pro in 1968. I think he was a second-team All-Pro or recognized by a different publishing other than the Associated Press, because it's not on his Pro Football Reference page, but he did make a Pro Bowl in his career. It was part of that 72 Dolphins squad. I don't remember if I sent money for him. Let me see if I have that pulled up. I do not. How quickly can I get this? I did not send money for him, so it doesn't look like he charges. But that is what I have so far, Saturday through Tuesday. Don't be surprised if you see, for right now, I should hopefully be getting some returns in for a little while with as much stuff as I sent out. But I could be slowing down a little bit here as we get towards the end of the year. I basically had to have almost everything for my garage door replaced, other than the door in the track. The spring broke, which that was installed like over 30 years ago, so it definitely got its use. But having that taken care of, along with all the other parts, and then a new motor and belt system, it was a lot of money to drop. Wasn't planning on that happening, but I don't have to worry about it, thankfully, for a long time. And if I do, I have a 20-year warranty, so I'm pretty well covered for that. Just kind of an out of the blue thing. So I'm going to be trying to cut back on costs for a little bit. I do have a bunch of stamps that I ordered. I've got plenty of stuff to send stuff out. So I'm probably going to try and focus on my cards. But I also will be trying to dedicate a bit more time to getting some stuff listed on eBay. Extra trading cards that I've collected over the years. I'll start going through like last year's NHRA hero cards that I got signed. Unsigned stuff I will sell, within a couple weeks of getting it, if I get around to it. But when it comes to autograph stuff, I usually try to wait at least a year. I don't want to be one of those people that immediately turns around and sells something that I got autographed and ruin the, autograph collecting for everyone else. So if you guys would be willing to help me out in paying off that garage door, my eBay link should be in the description, but if not, my store is DeLongshot Sports. I've still got a bunch of hero cards from this year's Indy 500, I don't have any of the signed ones. Not going to list those for until next year. But I have a bunch of unsigned ones. I have signed ones from years past. NHRA hero cards, signed ones from years past. A few NASCAR hero cards. It's really hard to get those, so I don't have a ton. But I did lower some prices on those hero cards if you guys are interested. I also have a bunch of trading cards, numbered, rookies, jersey cards. Might be looking to lower those prices too. I just have to take the time to do that, maybe one of these weekends. But if that interests any of you guys, I get it. Things are really expensive right now, so I do not expect any of you to go and do that. But if you find something interesting, message me or leave a comment. Maybe we can work something out, save you a little bit of money, and help me put a little bit of money back into my bank account to cover the garage door. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.